We just pulled in at Frankfort Spirits. Frankfort Spirits is a whiskey, vodka, and gin distillery in Frankfort.
I think it's just whiskey and vodka.
I think they do a gin.
Do they do gin? I think no. But we'll see, won't we?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll find out. But it's owned by a friend of ours, or co-owned. He's a partner in owning, and we're gonna have dinner with him later. So we've been here once before. It's a cool little place. How long have they been around?
About 5 years.
5 years. 5 years. About 5 years. So we're ready. Let's go.
Spirits. Know that they have vodka on. To give you some background, we'll have our 4th anniversary party in October. But it goes a long way before that. It was 2 brothers in the 90s, Phil and Dan Casey, used to microbrew beer in their basement, like most of the guys did back then. And they had been toying around with the idea of opening up a distillery, or not a distillery, a microbrewery. And at the time, there were probably about 10,000 in the U.S., and they were doing a lot of research. Fortunately for us, Phil's real job as an attorney took him down to Kentucky. He did the Bourbon Trail, fell in love with it, came back and sold some guys on the idea of opening up a distillery. This is a part-time job for all of us, a total labor of love. The name Frankfort Spirits was a no-brainer for us because we're in Frankfurt and we do spirits. So what they actually have to do is they brought whiskey is my holy water. Sunday. So the difference between bourbons they are whiskeys, but all whiskeys are not bourbons. To make it a bourbon, it has to be distilled in the United States of America. It has to be at least 51% corn, and it has to be aged in an unused charred oak barrel. First thing you're going to want to do is take a smell. Open your mouth when you're smelling, get those senses of it, and then put some to your lips and get kind of a taste of it going.
I love the body of this one. That's what does it for me. It's so nice.
That's a 60-gallon pot still, relatively small pot still as far as commercial.
Is that the original one that you got that's in the picture over there?
Yeah, in the box, that's right. So there's 2 walls of steel there, and inside the steel walls is a soy-based oil, and what that does is it heats up. So like how you cook chocolate, you know, like a double boiler, kind of that same philosophy. Parts of the tails. If you've ever heard of distillers being blind drunk, that's from the distillation of the heads that come off the still, because there's ethanols in there that are poisonous off the very first beginning of the run, and that could cause permanent blindness. So what we do is we take that first section off.
I noticed you took your glasses off right before you said
yeah, blindness. So take that little bit of a gallon or so off the front end, and then we can get into our heart's cut. Our heart's cut will be a really nice select cut of our spirits. And then there's a tails run, and that's when flavors are starting to get a little wonky, the alcohol's starting to drop a little bit, and we'll collect that, a couple gallons of that, and we could rerun that the next time. So you'll see a couple copper components. The gooseneck over there is copper, and then this whiskey column is copper. There's some enzymes when making a whiskey that some of the enzymes that you don't want necessarily in a whiskey actually stick to the copper. The copper attracts them. We've got a really tall column out here for vodka. The vodka you want to make your verdict vodka very clean, so it's a lab grade alcohol would be 200 proof. We're distilling ours somewhere between 195 198, so it's very, very clean. And then that's our gin basket. So there's a basket here, a steel basket that would have your juniper, coriander, orange peel, and that's what would flavor your gin. My great-grandmother in the middle, and then my grandfather on the far right. He died young, but she was widowed when all those kids were early age, and she was making wine and grappa in her basement. And then, so she got in trouble for making wine and grappa in her basement, and all the kids were little, and the cops were like, "I gotta take you downtown." She's like, "But I have 5 small children, you cannot take me." They go, "Well, we're gonna take you and your 5 kids downtown." And she got. So then I wrote, 80 years later, her great-grandson, Chris McFarland, was a licensed distiller. So.
To the Frankfort Spirits distillery. We tried the
Is that in Frankfort,
vodka.
Germany?
It's in Frankfort, Illinois, actually. Yeah. And we tried their vodka, their whiskey, their bourbon, and their rum. And we ended up buying their bourbon and a bottle of Horsebox, which is a special run that they did some time back that I think is very good, and I highly recommend it. Now we're off to my friend Jack's house to drink it up. Right?
Raise your spirits.
Right.